This is why I love Neville Goddard's teachings. It's because he wasn't out to get rich or make a living off supplying people with the knowledge that he got for free. I know there are a lot of coaches out there telling you that they have this new and improved way of you receiving that which you desire, which you already have. I know people feel like they need to be led, feel like they need someone to show them what to do, to teach them. Look, I didn't pay anyone for this information. I had a yearning desire to know the truth of my being and why and the reason why I am here. And I came across Neville Goddard during that journey. And I'm still experiencing this journey. And every day I make it a point to read some of his lectures or listen to him. I also listen to Joseph Murphy and Reverend Ike. They all give their own different perspectives and ways of interpreting the Bible. And I once went to church. I wasn't raised in church. I was kind of raised a Jehovah's Witness. We took their Bible study. But in my early 20s, I did join a church, became a Sunday school teacher, started having questions and so forth. And, went to some of the leadership in the church and they just didn't have any answers. But I kind of went down a road of atheism for a little bit, and that didn't seem to really resonate with me. And then I discovered law of attraction with Abraham Hicks. But I eventually went over to Neville Goddard's teaching, the law of assumption, which I believe Joseph Murphy terms the law of belief. I particularly like both sayings. I lean a little bit towards more of law of belief because, as the Bible says, it is done unto you as you believe. You can believe anything you want. There's no limitation to that belief. And why I particularly like Neville Goddard is because he would always say, just ask people what they want. What do you want? He didn't need to know why you wanted it, and he didn't try to make any judgment. Now, if what you asked him for to believe that you already have received went against the golden rule, then he couldn't do it. He could not believe that you would have something that would hurt another person. He didn't want you asking him to believe that somebody died so you can get their fortune. That wasn't who he was. He said he wasn't going to judge you, just said go along your merry way and go find someone else to believe that for you. But he himself was not going to allow himself to believe that for you. So yeah, and I see that a lot of people are stuck on this specific person or not so much a specific person. That's not the one that I'm having a hard time resonating with. It's the wanting people back that you've already been with. It's like, aren't they exes for a reason? Isn't it a reason why you all are not together? Because in order for you all to get back together and for it to be the relationship you want to have, you're going to have to change. It's as simple as that. So, but whatever you want in life, in order to have it come into your experience, you have to become the person that already has it. And that's the teaching that Neville Goddard gives us, that in order to be anything, and yes, he gives various techniques as well, the techniques that work for him. And it's also an old saying that says, for us to know thyself, right? That we are to know what works for us. So everything that Neville taught, yes, that worked for him. But you can also figure out that maybe it was something he didn't think of that worked specifically for you that you come across. And for some odd reason, when people come across something that works specifically for them, now they want to sell it. That's the part I don't get. Now you want to sell a technique that worked specifically for you and try to convince people that it will work for them. That's the separation with Neville. Yes, he said these things were revealed to him in his deep contemplation, his meditation. He got visions in his sleep. And he was told about, the remember when I just read that lecture this morning where he was saying, that was something that was given to him in Revelation, that if you use that, and when you spoke of a past memory as if it was something that actually happened, the remember when says, I remember when I didn't have something, and it says now that I do have something. I mean, I don't want to get into all of his techniques, but I'm just saying, like, he didn't charge for this information. He studied under the tutelage of Abdul, and never once did he say Abdul charged him either. Like, he only asked people to help pay for the building that he rented out. Now if someone comes along and say, oh yes, Neville charged us $100 or $200, or every time we went to him and we asked him to believe for us, he charged us $20 or $30, please make that known, because throughout all his writings, and even some of the people that have studied under him, that it's on YouTube, the grandsons of those who have studied under him, he claims there's a VIP. That sounds kind of not Neville, but we only have his say so. We do have recordings of his grandfather when he doesn't talk about a VIP, but again, we didn't see every single thing. We don't have knowledge to every single thing. And it is a guy named Lindell. I would like to ask him, did he know of such thing as a VIP with Neville, because he also was a student of Neville's and also teaches this information as well. But yeah, that's what I really liked about Neville. He wasn't trying to get rich or trying to come up with new techniques in order to sell people on. He really wanted people not only to perfect the law, but experience the promise. The promise is something I have yet to experience. And he says he doesn't know when people will experience it. That's something only the Father, the consciousness within, will decide when you're ready to completely be awakened. But until then, perfect the law. Perfect believing, assuming a virtue if you have it not. Whatever you want, assume that you already have it, and you shall. And you must stay faithful to the unseen reality. You must morning, noon, and night see yourself as being that particular person. So yeah, he just went around asking people what they wanted. He wasn't saying, oh, you got to come, let me coach you up. Oh, let me do this. People all came according to their free will. He, freely gave this information, these lectures, and he only asked that they help pay for the buildings in which he rent, because he had mass crowds, right? So yeah, that's what I liked about Neville. That's what I do like about Neville. That's why, I would go and read other mystic teachers on this spiritual walk, and I always go back to Neville because the simplicity of Neville is just so rare. So many people are trying to get rich off of people's unknowing, unconscious abilities, not knowing, unwittingly creating a life that they really don't want to experience, and wanting to be rich off of that. Originally, when I came into this information, yes, I wanted to be a coach, and I struggled with, should I charge people or not charge people? And for me personally, I'm willing to help whoever, but I just can't charge you, and I know how the life I have that I am currently experiencing is because of the beliefs I hold. And I can also look back on my past experiences and know those things that I didn't want to experience all came from a focus on the things that I did not want to happen. I have a wonderful life. I'm the housewife that I wanted to be. I'm financially stable. I'm doing things that I enjoy. I'm an event decorator. I have 2 YouTube channels. This particular one, Prosperous Living with Toya, as well as a football network as well. I'm a huge fan of the Chicago Bears, so I give my weekly synopsis of the Bears game. But yes, I'm just enjoying life and really working on being kind. That is what I truly desire, to just be kind, love unconditionally, live harmoniously, and stop trying to control other people and just master my own mind. And that is the work we are to do, to recognize who we are, why we are, and appropriate that to our lives, and to help others whenever we can. To always help others whenever we can. Now, if some people believe that comes at a cost, that's on them. I'm not here to judge you, but I'm just here to say that no one person has the magic potion. All of this information that has been passed down from Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy, that information has always been there and always will be. It has come packaged different ways in the Bible and Sanskrit and the Vedas, the other one I can't completely remember the name of it, but we have so many sacred texts. And then of course you got the Isis and and Ra and all of those Egyptian texts. They're all saying the same thing. They're all speaking culturally to those people, but they're all saying the same thing, that the source is within all of us, that the power lies within each and every one of us. And we just have to decide if that's something that we're willing to explore and to navigate and to ascend to. So not everybody's on the same trajectory, not everybody's on the same path, and that's why you have to allow people to be where they are, who they are, and not judge them. But with that said, I just wanted to take the time right now to tell you why I love Neville's teachings. And I know some people will try to find the wrongness in his teachings, try to look for a way to say it better than what he said. And some people are doing a really good job at that, but I'm not here to try to find the wrongness in things. Just here to say you don't need or anyone else to teach you, and you definitely don't need to pay for this knowledge. Now, if you feel like that is something you need to do in order to become a better you, hey, go at it, have at it. But I'm saying freely give as you have freely received. It's free. It really is free.